Hey team, this is E with Alder Creek Kayak and Canoe. I am test paddling the new Stellar Nomad today. I got to paddle this with Dan behind our shop, but I wanted to take it out on some more moving water, someplace I kind of play with it a little bit more, see how this boat does in dynamic water instead of the nice flat water behind the shop. To start out with the specs of the boat, you're looking at a 16-foot boat with a 22-inch beam. I think the widest point is actually right at your hips, or right behind the seat here. Two main hatches, small oval in the front, large oval in the back, 6-inch day hatch, and then the whiskey hatch. I really like this whiskey hatch being a twist style instead of the standard rubberized. This is a little bit of a departure from what Stellar normally does. They normally do kind of a race-inspired boat. This is meant to be their kind of play Sea Kayak, more traditional style. You can get it with it comes standard with a skeg, which is really nice. It's a really nice, smooth skeg. But you can see right here and back here, you can get this with a rudder if you so choose, which is kind of nice. I personally probably wouldn't put a rudder on this boat, but you know, to each their own. This thing looks sweet. I'm gonna get this flipped over so we can check out the hull. So here's the hull. A little bit of a departure from what Stellar normally does with their racing background. This is more of a playful, flat-bottomed hull, as you can see here, versus that normal rounded. This is in their Multisport layup. They reinforced some parts of the deck too to help this become the strongest boat that they've ever made. It's super cool. I'm super stoked to take this out and see how it performs in some dynamic water. Let's hit the water. Sitting in this boat, I'm 175, 5'11". This boat fits me really well. I can feel like I can gear it out if I really wanted to. But as is, it's pretty playful, pretty nimble. Something I noticed when I first paddled this with Dan, you don't need a lot of edge to get this thing to turn, but when you really dig it onto edge, it spins like a top. It's really cool. I really like it. All right, team. I've been here 30-40 minutes playing in eddies, standing waves, surging waves, all sorts of things, and I've just been loving this boat. It is super predictable on the wave, dealing with carving out of eddies and everything. This has been super predictable. This dynamic water has shown me that this boat is truly different than like anything I've ever paddled. It still feels pretty similar to a Danish design CD boat or like the Norse Ask, but it's still something of its own. Like this is in top 5 favorite boats for me for long boats. I'm gonna keep testing it and see how I feel going forward, but right now I'm really liking this. So here is the Stellar Nomad next to our used Current Designs Karla that we've got in stock right now, and these two boats feel super similar. The Karla is a little bit shorter with a little bit more rocker. You can kind of tell on the back end here. They're about the same width, which is pretty cool. We just measured it. The deck height on the Karla is an inch taller than on the Nomad, and then you can just see kind of how the decks are different in terms of just bulbous versus being a little bit more flat. And you can really tell the difference right up on the bow here. Just look how much more rocker that Karla has than the Nomad. Both surf amazing though. Keep talking about how the Nomad feels like these Danish design CD boats, and just look at the hull shape in between these two. So similar. Even like up here, right where these chines are. The Nomad's a little bit more soft than the Karla here, but in terms of how flat they are, super similar. When we get up towards the bow too, you can see how similar they are in terms of where those edges end and the width up here. All right, another quick comparison, Norse Embla versus Nomad. The Embla is the smaller version of the Ask, but still longer. It's 16.4 versus the Nomad being at 16. They're about the same width. You know, the Norse is meant to be a budget sort of brand for a fiberglass boat, so pricing is going to be definitely different. But in terms of rocker and everything, these are pretty similar, which is pretty cool. So if you have a chance to paddle these boats back to back, that'd be awesome. All right, so before I put away the Nomad for the day, just wanted to give some final thoughts. Frankly, this is top 5 boats for me now. Awesome boat, super playful, super fun. I really like it. We're gonna have this demo for another week or two, if I remember correctly, and then orders will be coming in February. So if you want to take this out from Alder Creek, come by the shop within that time and take it out and have a good time with it. And if you're looking at getting one for yourself, place an order.